So we're now moving on to, arguably the most important topic today, which is making money with HbbTV. It's probably why you're all here, right? For making money with HbbTV. And we have two presentations. I think we should get going with this next session. I'm going to invite to the stage, well, you heard from him briefly earlier, but you're going to hear from him at a little bit more length this time. Atila Madakbas, who's the founder and CEO of Admongrel, Mongrel Live. He's going to explain to you, here's the clicker, a little bit what the offer is and about these companies. Atila, over to you.
I hope this works. Thank you, Owen, for the very kind introduction. So I run a couple of businesses, Admongrel and Mongrel Live. It's fair to say our profile in HBB is pretty low to date, but we've been involved very much close to the beginning. We've probably done every symposium, and now that you're essentially in our territory, it's only right that we were a diamond sponsor. So we're very happy to be a diamond sponsor, and thank you all for all the support. I have the team here. I have the team from London. I have the team from Turkey. I'm going to go through quite a number of slides. So if you want the detail, you want to see the demos, you want to see the technology, it's all out there. So please do come and see the demos. Just to add a bit of context, I love this slide. We started back in 2018 with TRT and on Turksat. We had low expectation. We thought we might hit 100,000 households with the first app. But within the first week, we hit 800,000 households. And that was our eureka moment. 800,000 households. And for us, 15% of that was outside of Turkey. So all of a sudden, we found new audiences, etc. We also discovered that the analytics tools available in the market were not fit for purpose. So at that point, we turned into an analytics business and started measuring all the connected households. Move on a few years, we're now integrated with 7 satellites, reaching, and I wasn't sure about putting this number on, but after seeing Eutelsat's and comments from the other presenters, we can confidently say we're reaching around 34 million households on a daily basis. We worked with around 200 channels, and we're collecting data from many countries. Coming back, so this is the money session, and I like to split it. First, there's direct revenue. Direct revenue is advertising. That's all good. We're going to talk about that at great length. But there's also indirect, which is around supporting the linear broadcaster. Put simply, it's about how do we help them increase their ratings? How do we increase the audience share? How do we help them measure the content and understand the audience? That indirect revenue for the sector is significant and shouldn't be underestimated. Therefore, we split the business this year into an analytics business focused on supporting linear and an advertising business. And on the ad side, we have some ad technology. On linear, how do you measure impressions? We have a hell of a lot of impressions. And most exciting is we're now integrating with global demand partners, and I think that's where the big tsunami is coming. Today, we measure from all these green countries, so many, many, many countries. In some markets, like Turkey, from an HBB perspective, we have 100% reach, and other countries, as we get more channels on and we get more data, we'll see what the percentage of reach is there. We're integrated. We actually have a couple of channels on Freeview as well. We don't do a great deal there in terms of data analytics yet, but we hope to. Otherwise, we have integrations across many satellites and really does cover quite a large proportion of the world, we can say. And great to hear the 100 million number from Eutelsat as well. So I think we're very much aligned there. Moving on, some of these things you would have seen. Other people have done this as well. We would argue we're one of the first to do it. So we do provide real-time analytics provide very granular data as well, whether that's device data, household data, location data. Our measurement is absolutely transparent and auditable. It's trusted by the sector. However, what we're really interested in is now building on that, building tools which will help our broadcast partners. I had the quote there just to underline that. So one of the GMs of a major regional broadcaster tells us he can make an extra, quite a lot of money, $200,000 in an evening just by using our services. Some screenshots here, you'll be familiar with them. What are we doing now? We're focusing now on third-party data, so we can upload data. Maybe you want to audit other data sets. We enable that. You can get direct actionable insights in real time. Social media, there's quite a lot of live broadcast now on X. Right? This was actually news to us. YouTube we know about, we discuss, have those integrations, and there's a lot of correlation there. The other big platform, of course, is Google TV. So we're also integrating Google TV analytics into our panel. On the R&D side, we're working with University College London on predictive analytics. People have tried this in the past. We try to predict ratings. It's a very, very difficult thing to do. However, we made some headway. Depending on the program, on the timing, sometimes we can get 98% accuracy on that. We also work with UK Innovate. They support us, and we're doing some AI work there, which I'll touch on very briefly. To summarize, really, what we do on the tools side, this slide summarizes it very well. So we've probably got now about 1,000 users on that platform, and they're very, very heavily engaged. So they will typically use the platform maybe 200, 300 times a day to really understand what's happening on a minute-by-minute basis with their broadcast. Gets much more engagement than X or LinkedIn. Moving on now to the advertising side, the other business, which is Admongrel. Again, this is stuff that you will be familiar with, and it's been used by other platforms as well. So in terms of targeting, all the standard stuff, location targeting, device targeting, cross-device, it's all been done, and we run many campaigns on that. Again, this year, with the support of Innovate UK, we're going towards contextual targeting. So this moves away from the channel or the platform and looks at the content. So here we can look at sentiment analysis. Are people happy? Are people sad? Etc. And we can use that to produce metadata. And in theory, we can then target in real time. It's all about really just driving the user experience, which obviously converts to dollars. We do this under another business, another platform called Whisperer AI. We have some demos out there. Please do come and take a look. This is a little bit technical. However, the message is we're transforming content into context and context into revenue. And the aim is to do this real time. Moving on, I'll run through these quickly. Yes, we have standard banner formats, L banners, side banners, etc. More interestingly, we're going into ad replacement now. So when an ad break comes, depending on region or all those other targeting capabilities we have, we can replace an advert and play a different advert there. Pre-roll, this is my favorite. This is great. You change channel, you stick a pre-roll ad in. It's brilliant. Great monetization opportunity. We've gone through this. You know, we can build an EPG or any other VOD type asset, and we can put advertising in there. We can do it on, build a whole portal as well. Like every other platform, we have a lot of real-time analytics on the advertising platform. But now stepping back, maybe there's parallels here with Eutelsat, etc. We use different words maybe. We talk about Admongrel now being an HBB SSP, an SSP that has 34 million households in. And we're now about driving value into that SSP. So we're talking to, well, we're getting revenue through agencies, so we're selling. We're integrating on the DSP with our digital demand partners. I think that's the most interesting wave coming now, because they're going to bring sizable budgets, and then to the channel where there's analytics, where there's AI, we're adding a great deal of value there. We're also looking at strategic partnerships, and Farooq, our colleague, will discuss this in the round table. So here, we're working very closely with Türk Ticaret. They're a regional DSP focused on the SME market. So we talk about democratizing TV, giving SMEs the opportunity to maybe advertise on local TV, etc. So our takeaways for, certainly, HBB is beautiful, and it's been touched on already. It's a global standard by design, right? You enable it in the TV, you stick a DVB signal down, boom, you can start measuring channels. In MENA, our experience, there are many, many, many millions of households, and it's growing. We touched upon the streaming battles and what's happening with ITV in Western Europe, etc. Yeah, it's good, but TV broadcast, the majority of the planet is still on broadcast, right? And they need tools and they need help, which we try to deliver as they try to increase their ratings. HbbTV, essentially, we use the word open standard. Yeah, I say platform agnostic, so therefore it's a beautiful technology. On the advertising side, again, still beautiful, but it does still seem to remain as a niche project-based technology. And I think that now needs to scale. It needs to build and needs to be repeatable. It's not tens of millions. It should be moving towards the billions. So to stimulate this, our thoughts are what? Remove the monopolies, open up the market, bring in the digital partners to drive that revenue growth. And, again, it was touched upon this morning by Rituk, I think regulation is key here. Yeah, so regulation, making this mainstream, should drive revenues as well. That's essentially what I have. Come and talk to us if you're a broadcaster, talk about how we can help on the ratings. Advertisers, we have inventory, right? Come and use it. Manufacturers, if you want to know your market share in the MENA region or who's doing what, we've got 7 years of data there. We're very happy to look at some projects there as well. Maybe we talk with DataX later on. That would be very interesting for us. That's my final slide, so if you have any questions.
Thank you. Thanks, Atila. So you asked one very important question at the end there, which is how do we scale the advertising part of it? It sounds like something you could get some heads together around tomorrow as one topic for the unconference. That's what I'd say. Pre-roll ads, you said they were your favorite. Switch channel, pre-roll. How do viewers feel about that, I wonder? How do you decide where to run a pre-roll? Because often the channel zapping behavior, they're expecting to quickly judge what's on this channel.
So that's an interesting question. What's the difference between web and TV? Well, actually, on TV, people stay on channel. So we're measuring. So on HBB, or on TV in general, people are watching 99% of the ad. On web, they're clicking out after 25%, right? So when you switch channel and there's an ad running there, you don't typically switch over if you're interested to see what the content is. Right? So I think in some markets where we can slip in a pre-roll and generate revenue, there's a very simple use case.
I wonder if I compare the viewing experience watching YouTube, watching a long-form content on YouTube, you get ad breaks, and now they give a message sometimes that says, fewer ad breaks for this long-form content. YouTube served that message telling me that yes, this is a long ad break, but you're getting fewer than you would if you were watching television, for example. And they give me a little countdown to tell me this is 60 seconds, and then once the 60 seconds are up, it may be finished, or perhaps there's a skip button that I can do. How does that translate into the world of HbbTV advertising? Does linear advertising need to start adding skip buttons?
Yes and no. We're coming from the TV perspective. We're not coming from the internet, let's skip perspective. We're coming from this is the channel, we're sitting back, we're watching, there's an ad, we'll survive while we watch that ad. So I think it's a different experience.
Yeah. I wonder. I have the feeling that some of the ads on digital are better quality than the ads on linear broadcast television, because they have to be, because the fear of being, in terms of more entertaining, because they have to hold you, like social media almost. Whereas on linear TV, the feeling is, well, you have to sit through this anyway if you're going to stick
But on
with
linear
the program.
TV, what holds you is the content on the channel.
The content, exactly.
Right, so
exactly.
that's the advantage of TV.
Does anybody have a question for Atila? We're just chit-chatting here on this topic. Atila is around. They have a booth, of course, that you can go and talk to him. Nope. Okay.
No?
We're going to leave it there then. Thank you very much,
you.
Atila. Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Cheers.